So, the final season of The Boys has just ended and I gotta say, it was not really good. It's not Game of Thrones levels of bad, it's just disappointing. What is it with shows dropping the ball at the very end in recent years? But let's look at the whole picture, as there have been signs that this could lead to a disastrous ending. Quick disclaimer, I'm gonna spoil the hell out of the whole show, so if you didn't watch the last season and still want to get to it, maybe skip this video and come back at a later time. This doesn't feel like a final season. Most of the time the story isn't making real progress. Yes, many of the episodes are focused on character development, which isn't a bad thing per se. I like it when people I'm supposed to root for are getting fleshed out a bit more. But at the same time, the dialogue is just bad. I don't know if they did themselves a favor by giving Kimiko back her voice, only for her to speak in up. Butcher says the same stuff he always did, and the rest is stuff I heard a million times before during the course of the show. Homelander is still the best thing about it. Anthony Starr steals every scene he is in, especially in combination with Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. But that comes at a high price as well. The show has lost all subtlety toward the end. Sure, it has always been satirical, but now it's just a very obvious parody of modern-day America, which is fine, as it is an easy target, but also does that make the story seem a bit cheap. And as for the shock value, it's also lost its appeal. I didn't need any more dick jokes or exploding heads to see that this show is trying to be edgy. Now, for me, the downfall of The Boys started with season 4 and the introduction of Sage, as she's kinda a writer's trap. First, it was difficult to tell what her whole deal was, up to the point where she explicitly states it in season 5, and even after that, it's just not a very compelling motivation. It felt like the writers established her and realized that it's hard to work with a character like that. Which brings me to the next point that is actually the one that bothers me the most. If you include a character that is the smartest person alive, you create an expectation that is almost impossible to fulfill. Her plan has to be flawless. She should take every eventuality into account, which makes it even more embarrassing that she is ultimately beaten by love. It can't get more cliché than that. At least it's not the romantic kind of love. Ultimately, the writers struggled to find a satisfactory conclusion, as the boys could just walk into the White House and beat the shit out of Homelander after taking away his powers. It felt very anticlimactic. And Homelander in general was very easily fooled, and the plans they made weren't any good. Talking about the boys, why are they still running around with handguns after seeing time and time again that they don't do shit against the actual threat? New characters like Oh Father felt like they were squeezed in at the last second to have someone hammer home the Christian nationalist point, as he did nothing for the story whatsoever. Or rather, nothing that couldn't have been done by an already existing soup like Firecracker. Soldier Boy's ending was undeserving as hell, as it felt like he was shelved as an antagonist for one of the spin-off shows, and Butcher ended right where he started. At least that's what it felt like. The only good storyline I can really get behind is the Deep becoming a pathetic Manosphere loser. God, it felt good when he finally, let's say, left the screen. Well, that was a quick one, but I had to get it off my chest. I had high hopes that it could work somehow, but oh well, in the end it's just another good show with a disappointing finale. Let's hope we don't get many more like that. This is just a quick video on my way to the next game review, which I'm working on right now. Let me know your thoughts on The Boys. Maybe you have a different opinion than me. I'd love to hear it. That's all from me for now, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!